Hi, this is Laura Turner, and today I'm going to tell you about how to study effectively. We've all pretty much been studying since we were 3 years old and we were first enrolled in school. But a lot of us have not quite learned how to study effectively, which means how to absorb the things that we're actually reading. I know that a lot of the time when I was in middle school, I would read things and I would memorize stuff, but the next day I would totally forget it. And I would study for a test, and after I took the test, I would totally forget all the information that I learned. So hopefully this advice can help you to not only learn information, but also retain it. First of all, plan your time effectively. Organize yourself. Give yourself enough time to study. If you have a big project coming up, give yourself at least 3 days to work on the project in small increments. Make sure you don't sort of force yourself into that cramming phase where you actually have to sit down and learn everything in a night. Because if you do that, you won't be able to follow the rest of my advice for studying effectively. Number two, if you need help, get a tutor or get a friend who can help you, or get your professor to help you, or your teacher, or someone who can actually explain the stuff to you again so that you can really figure out what problems you have with the material, and so you can actually learn things that you don't know about rather than just wasting time trying to figure them out on your own and not being able to. Number three, take copious notes in class. This will help you so much because not only can you write down the things that you understand and you need to know, but also the things that you don't understand you need to look at later. The most effective way for studying for me has been that I would take lots of notes in my chicken scratch handwriting, and then I would go through and highlight what I needed to know for the test, and then I would take those highlighted notes and I would type them into my computer. So you're not only reading over your notes trying to figure out what the heck they say because you've written them so badly, which makes you think about what you've written, right? But you're also retyping them so that you actually effectively take notes 3 times, so that by rewriting your notes, you also memorize them. And that works for me. It may not work for everyone, but that's just something that you can use. So hopefully, after you have transposed your notes and you figure out what you need to know for the test and you ask your professor or your friend, then you can really start to actually retain some of the information that you're trying to study instead of just filtering it through and losing it later. So good luck.